You need to hear this if you're a paranormal enthusiast. Ready to dive into the unknown? Join the Tristan channel as we journey through spine-tingling paranormal encounters, unexplained supernatural phenomena, and perhaps some eye-popping UFO sightings. Our world is full of mysteries, and together we'll explore the eerie, the bizarre, and the downright unexplainable. From haunted houses to cryptic creatures, we'll react to the most chilling and baffling compilations. So if you're ready to test your courage and expand your mind, hit that subscribe button and let's unravel the unknown together. Welcome to the adventure. Welcome to the Tristan channel.
Hello and welcome to the Tristan channel, or welcome back if you're already subscribed. Today we're going to pay a visit to Frostmare TV. Not King Frostmare, but Frostmare TV. He has two channels. And this is Scared People Share Their Most Terrifying Videos #2. Let's hope they are terrifying. Yes. Anyway, as always, the link to the channel to react to is in the description below. So go check it out. Okay, so let's see how terrifying these are.
Wildlife enthusiast Carl recently shared an intriguing update on his channel. Welcome to the Woods, UK. Today's adventure took him into the wilderness for a solo camping trip, primarily to check on the trail cameras he had set up before a recent storm. The possibility of capturing something unusual always lingers, but what Carl discovered was far from expected.
Hang on, did he say UK? Let me just double check that.
Camping trip, primarily to check on the trail cameras he had set up before a recent storm. The possibility of capturing something unusual always lingers, but what Carl discovered was far from expected. As he approached one of his trail cameras, Carl, for a recent storm, recently shared an intriguing update on his channel. Welcome to the Woods, UK. Today's adventure took him into the wilderness for a solo...
See, I had to double check because it's like... Regardless of what anyone says, I'm surprised he hasn't got done for carrying a knife, because they're getting stricter now with knives in the UK, but because it's quite a big knife and it's a fixed blade, it doesn't matter if it's for camping. Well, I don't know. The thing is, I think I'll have to double check that, because I know it's like, unless of course you've got a decent enough excuse to have it on you, then you can get in trouble for having a fixed blade that big. But I presume, obviously, if he got stopped, he's got his camping gear on him. But it's a bit iffy. Well, I'm saying that you don't need a knife in the UK woods. There's no wildlife big enough to kill you.
Camping trip, primarily to check on the trail cameras he had set up before a recent storm. The possibility of capturing something unusual always lingers, but what Carl discovered was far from expected. As he approached one of his trail cameras, Carl was immediately struck by an unsettling sight.
I have found some really bizarre tracks today. This boot print doesn't match my boot print. It does look fairly old, but it is very strange and it's quite big. So it's definitely a man or someone that wears a very, very big shoe. I'll just spin you around to show you it. Look at that. That's massive.
That's what she said.
My BK2 next to it.
Let me BK2. Let me make a note of that, because if I remember, I'll put it in the comments. But BK2 knife. See if they are legal in the UK. Because even that fixed blade, I think it's like 4 inches. That's what she said. But like I said, my other Bigfoot videos, the thing you have to bear in mind is that the irony with that is if anyone steps in the mud with just their feet, as it dries, so to speak, It's it expands, if that makes sense. So even though, you know what I mean, so you could have like a size 5 foot. Ah, that's better. So I've been eating crisps. You could have a size 5 foot and it wouldn't make a difference because you could step in the mud barefoot. And as you know, with your boots on, it squishes out, doesn't it, right? So that happens, and then it dries. And then someone comes along when it's raining and sees, and it fills water and it's mushy again. But it doesn't mean, if he says Bigfoot, I'm going to piss myself laughing because we don't have Bigfoot in the UK. We've never had a Bigfoot sighting, as far as I'm aware of, in the UK. I mean, not personally, let me emphasise something. We don't have that much land anymore. There's very few forests and woodlands in the UK, sadly, because it's mostly houses and shit. So it's like, if we had a Bigfoot, chances are you'll get it crossing your backyard in the UK. It's that ridiculous.
It's just slightly larger than my BK2. Oh, I want to trip myself out there. It looks like a toe as well.
Probably is a toe, mate. It's probably barefoot, or it could be an animal hoof, or...
I think the best bet is to get my live camera, the one that I can pick up on the phone, which I put in a few weeks ago, at a different location in the woodland. I'm going to go there now, retrieve that camera, and program it onto one of these trees, and get a reception, make sure it's working good on the phone, and then I can keep an eye on this area, even at home in my bed.
With dusk settling in, he found a suitable spot to set up camp, pitched his tent, and prepared for the night. After a quiet meal, he attempted to rest, but the calm was abruptly shattered by a spine-chilling scream.
But I'm absolutely shattered, so I'm going to get my head down. I shall see you in the morning. I don't know if you'll be able to hear, but... there's definitely someone out there. Sakes.
I take the mick out Americans sometimes. I don't mean all Americans. It's just the ones that think a bear's Bigfoot, right? The first one couldn't be certain of, but that very last one where he goes, "Oh, there's definitely someone out there," that sounds like a fox. If you actually hear a fox, they sound like, even when they're shagging, they sound like they're being murdered. So, you sure that's not a fox, mate? Come on. You go in the woods and shit, you should know this stuff.
2 seconds.
I could be wrong, they hear more, but that sounds like a fox. There's also small deer as well in UK forests. We do have small deer. So I say that. I know I'm slagging off our own forests, but to be fair, it's like, considering the size of the country, we don't have enough. You know what I mean? Down my end, we have the New Forest and various small ones. Oh, St Catherine's Hill, various ones scattered about the place. But it's like, we could do some more forests. We could do some more beautiful landscapes. But a lot of it's farmland and shit.
I'll be honest with you, I feel like going.
So you're kind of blessed in America.
That might be.
The sound was so raw and anguished that it jolted Carl awake, causing him to grab his flashlight and venture into the dark forest. Despite his flashlight slicing through the darkness, Carl saw nothing and no one in sight. Feeling increasingly uneasy, he decided to cut his trip short, packed up swiftly, and made his way home, leaving the eerie forest behind. However, the real shock came later. Upon reviewing the footage from his trail camera, Carl discovered a disturbing revelation.
Early Thursday morning at 4:12 AM, this comes into view. Almost looks like it's trying to pull something down from a branch above, acting in a peculiar manner. Then the camera takes a further 2 still shots of it moving further off to the left-hand side of the woodland. So why is this person there at that time of the morning? Why do we keep hearing these shrills and shrieks? Is it paranormal? I just don't understand.
The camera had captured a large hairy figure moving deliberately
Yeah,
through
it's
the
maybe
woods.
Bigfoot, though. We don't have Bigfoot in
The
the UK.
creature appeared to be pushing down branches as though it was trying to conceal something. The haunting
he's in that
question
shot there.
remains, was this figure connected to the terrifying scream Carl heard? While the answer remains unclear, Carl's experience has undeniably left us with more questions than answers. Next, we are gonna
I'm
check.
not sure. It could be some weirdo, but it's like, yeah, big hairy figure. It's like, yeah, we don't have Bigfoot in the UK. It's like we don't have those sort of legends in the UK. We have the Beast of... Was it a Beast of Dartmoor? That's been caught on camera. They reckon it could be... what do you call it? Well, it looked like a Black Panther. That we have caught on camera. In fact, there was a black one and a brown one, and they reckon it could have escaped from a zoo or something like that. Or, you know what I mean? It's probably dead. I think it's long gone and died now. But that was even on mainstream news. Experts were like, you know, I mean, it's a genuine case where they caught it. And I think we're talking about 8 years. We're talking about years and years ago. I wouldn't be surprised if they got penned in and whatever, you know, sent to a zoo or something. But I don't know. But we don't have Bigfoot or shit like that.
Check out a video which was captured by a young man on a nightly trip on his motorcycle. The story goes that he was on his way home that night and that he had his GoPro mounted to his helmet for security reasons. After passing by another lane, he states that he heard some weird weeping noises, turned his head and recorded the following.
Ooh.
The comments range from this being a strange spirit in a nightgown to it just being a reflection from somewhere or even editing. Could this be a kuntilanak? That's at least what the driver believes.
It's like a
Hard to
white gown
say.
with long black hair. It's like a Grudge bitch, isn't it? Yeah. Good joint turn around and walk that way.
The following case has been documented by a young girl who tells us that her parents are owning a store in their town. They actually live straight across from it on the other side of the alley. There have been many legends about this area of town being haunted, and the whole family is hearing and seeing some really strange things in their store. And ever so often, when nobody seems to be in there, those floating shadows can even be seen through the window. And it doesn't matter if it is day or night.
Oh yeah, I remember this one in another video. You got one person walk across slow, and then there's a person zipping past too fast. It could be one idea. It could be. See, if you look through that window there, it looks like there's another window the other side. So is it looking through on the other side of the house? But then again, it wouldn't be that light, would it? That looks like it's from inside. I don't know, it's really weird there because they're moving really fast.
Everybody has been freaked out by these incidents, and the family doesn't really know what to do about them. The girl states, however, that they are considering a cleansing by a priest, and I'll keep my eyes open for any updates regarding this case. It's pretty creepy though, isn't it? The following video was found on the profile of Ashley Haight. It is stated that the security camera captured something really odd that evening. Ashley's husband was alone at home at the time of the recording and decided to close the blinds for the rest of the night. He slightly pushes the Wise camera out of the way to lower the blinds. But for some reason, there seemed to be another person with him.
Yes, going back to that Woods one, I reckon that's just some weirdo. But it had a picture of him stood next to me. Ooh, zip past him.
She had no idea who or what exactly it was, however. There was no child at home at the time, which is why both believe this to be a spirit.
How do you move my shit?
What else could it have? Idea who or what exactly it was, however.
So you can see it better. Boom. So,
She had no idea who or what exactly it was, however. There was no child at home at the time, which is why both believe this to be a spirit. What else could it have been? Mysterious.
YG looks a bit faded in. Spooky.
This video was recorded by a paranormal enthusiast who was hoping to capture something interesting in a so-called haunted location. It says that he was alone at the time, which of course cannot be confirmed.
Second the doorway. Ooh, look. Shadow bastard.
At this point, the man seems to realize that something was off, though. A shadow is moving by the door in the background. I'm not sure if this apparition even has visible legs. Is it a spirit or just a hoax? Now we're taking a look at the case of Flat 7 Ghost again, and Tom's sinister documentation of the paranormal encounters that are all unfolding within the four walls of his apartment. He actually suspects that all these paranormal happenings could be related to a tragedy that occurred and that the land his apartment was built on is actually haunted. That is also bound to this place. But who can blame Tom for being freaked out after this incident? Gonna keep my eyes open for any updates. Mandy, a resident of the Appalachian Mountains, recently shared some unnerving footage that has captivated and disturbed many. Known for its legends of mysterious entities such as skinwalkers and ghosts, the Appalachian region is a hotbed of supernatural speculation.
I did a video on that, reacted to that, because that's the place where the Mothman is.
The security camera installed on her heavily wooded property might just provide evidence for these eerie tales. In the dead of night, the camera captured a disheveled woman approaching Mandy's doorstep in a manner that was both strange and unsettling. Her movements were eerie, and throughout the footage, disembodied voices can be heard repeatedly saying, "Let me in your house." These voices do not appear to originate from Mandy herself.
What the fuck is she wearing?
When the motion-activated light illuminated the area, the woman recoiled into the surrounding darkness, visibly startled by the sudden illumination. Mandy, visibly shaken by what she saw, reports that such unsettling encounters are not entirely new to her. Despite her experiences, she remains bewildered and unsettled by these occurrences. Online commentators have speculated whether the eerie figure could be a skinwalker, a concept rooted in Navajo tradition, where these malevolent...
No, some smackhead. For those of you new to the channel, I do actually stress this, like, why is it we never go from the bottom of the list? Why is it people never go at the bottom of the list? You know what I mean? It's like, why do we just jump to it's a skinwalker or it's a Bigfoot? Why not work your way from the bottom all the way to the top? It could be some smackhead who's just gone wandering, you know, gone off on a trip. Or, I mean, so it could be someone from a escaped patient or something. You know what I mean? Chances are it's probably someone for Ed.
entities are believed to have the power to shapeshift into various forms, including humans and animals. Others suggest it might be a ghostly presence from the haunted woods surrounding her home. The true nature of the figure remains unknown, but Mandy's footage has certainly added fuel to the ongoing debate about the supernatural inhabitants of the Appalachian Mountains.
She's tripping, isn't she? She's like... You know what I mean? Because if it was a ghost, it wouldn't give a shit if there's a light, would it?
Now
So,
let's take a look at this creepy hospital that many of you are already familiar with. On May 20th.
You know, from all the footage we've seen of ghosts being caught on security cameras and motion lights, they don't seem to give a shit about lights. It's like they don't notice them. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's probably a smackhead.
A group of nurses embarked on a journey into a section of the hospital that sent shivers down the spines of many doctors and nurses. This forbidden area, known as the Old ER, has long been abandoned. Tragically, it witnessed the passing of numerous patients. The nurses tell tales of haunting encounters that lurk within the walls of this forsaken floor. And one fateful night, a group of nurses working the night shift decided to venture into the haunted realm of the Old ER. They saw it as a light-hearted adventure, little knowing the terror that awaited them. The following footage is their own chilling documentation. That was evil. You knew what you did there. You guys, haunted ER? We're gonna go. Haunted ER, haunted ER. I'm really good too. Oh my god, my head is huge. Louis, so I can't even... Huh?
It's just close to the camera.
Yeah, you're right. We got a chance for the haunted ER.
Oh god.
Just like...
I'm not excited about this. I didn't even get to finish eating my sandwich.
It feels like we're getting on a... You nervous? Why are you nervous?
Because it's cold.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Did you see anything? Oh! That was evil. You knew what you did there.
I knew exactly what it was doing.
Yes.
What?
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 Chloe just moved herself. What?
Oh. Oh, it's a doll. Oh. Yeah, it's just a little doll. They wanted a training.
Oh, it's a train doll.
I'll put it here.
It's still weird though.
It's weird. Nah, look at her.
Oh, that's weird.
No. So weird.
That's freaky as F, that is.
Oh, that's freaky. Go, let's go. Upstairs. It's way upstairs. Yeah, that's upstairs. Oh. Sorry, I thought you were about... I felt you were like... It's just freaky. You guys wave in the camera right now. Reflection.
They like see me? Oh, do you feel like you're gonna see?
Oh, that's the same room.
Oh, calm down. Oh, why are you looking? Oh, the lights are on.
That's
Go
weird.
in. Go in.
No,
Go in. Go in. Figure out why the lights are on. I don't like that. I don't like that. Do it.
They look like evil eyes.
Sorry, that was bothering me.
You guys gonna go with me?
Yeah, of course we're gonna go in with you.
Thanks.
We've got a bin next to the chair.
Ooh, it feels weird. Was that you?
Yeah.
This room feels weird. I don't like this. Ooh.
I'm not sure if I've seen this one. What?
Oh! 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 The curtain moved!
No, it's
Yeah, it did. It moved. It moved. It moved. Yes, it did.
Why would
It did.
move?
How do you not see that? Oh, okay. Oh! As one of the nurses ventures deeper into a room, something extremely scary unfolds. The hospital curtain, without warning, begins to sway on its own accord. The nurse, overcome with terror, flees the room in panic. But the strangeness doesn't end there. Within seconds of the curtain's movement, a cane mysteriously topples to the ground, defying any logical explanation. The haunted corridors of the hospital continue to steer with inexplicable events. As the nurses grapple with the nature of these occurrences, the true origins of these unsettling encounters remain elusive. Who knows what exactly lingers in these creepy corridors? Following recording was captured by traffic camera in Wessex, Britain, on which a pretty unusual creature was supposedly captured. It's not uncommon for the authorities to capture some wildlife every so often. Today's video, though, was a bit different.
Ooh.
We can see a busy road, and then a weird creature appearing from the left side out of the darkness and scampering over all 4 lanes of the highway within a few seconds. What's weird about this incident is the creature's legs that are bending inwards, making many believe that we are dealing with a rather inexplicable
Gollum, doesn't it?
creature here. Some say that it even looks a little bit humanoid, causing some to believe that we are dealing with another shapeshifter here. Could this be? It's really hard to say what's going on for sure, but it makes one wonder.
The old house.
On the last day of 2022, 3 law enforcement officers responded to residents following a tip-off from a neighbor who reported peculiar and disruptive sounds emanating from the premises. During New Year's Eve, a 20-year-old woman named Kamelka was present in the house with a few friends. They engaged in a questionable activity, utilizing a Ouija board with the aim of summoning otherworldly entities related to a family with cannibalistic tendencies and their unfortunate victims. This decision took an unexpected turn when Kamelka abruptly began displaying unpredictable and untamed behavior, ultimately securing herself inside a room. According to her friends, something went drastically wrong, indicating that Kamelka appeared to have come under the influence of a malevolent force, indicating that Kamelka might have become possessed.
Jezu, jak to ona tak warczy? Ja pierdzielę.
Oh, it's that one where she's gone mental, isn't it? This one is weird. It's police, but no.
Uważaj.
Because also, what is, well, why didn't they, because I'm not saying this is legit, But it's odd that they didn't come forward and say it was someone on drugs or anything like that, you know what I mean? Oh, give her a Snickers.
Ona jest nad nami u góry, od góry coś widzi. Nie? Drut ma jakiś.
Give her a Mars bar or something.
The police was unable to enter the room to get her out of there, so instead they decided to place a ladder from the outside, trying to lift her out of the window towards safety. But it unfolded a bit different than they had anticipated.
Tu jesteś. Chodź, misiu. Nie patrz jak świnia, kurwa. Chodź. Chodź tu, kurwo. Chodź tu, Kamilka. Kamilka, tu też cię widzę. No nie czołgaj się. Kamilka.
Oh, God.
To dziecko cię woła.
Give her, yeah, like I said, give her a Snickers or something.
Wiktoria cię woła.
Apparently, the police was able to get her out of the house, telling her that her daughter was waiting for her. They took her to the local hospital, where she is still in treatment, and not much is known if her loved ones had taken any additional steps to help her with this estranged behavior. Pretty creepy. This is a dashcam recording, uploaded by the driver of the vehicle.
Because the thing is, well, it's like, I'm not saying it is, not saying it isn't, but if her friends were up to some freaky stuff, then they're not going to really admit it on video, especially if it's TikTok or, you know what I mean? I mean, it could be that she's having a mental episode, a mental breakdown, but, I mean, I don't think it's demonic possession, because why is it that, you know, because to be fair, in the court of law, you know, they would have, what do you call it, police word would have been good enough, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. So, it's, yeah.
Vehicle Mitch Kuhn. Mitch was driving along the Hume Highway in Bardia, southwest Sydney one Sunday night, when he noticed that a really eerie-looking object seemed to be making its way right on the highway. It looked like a small child to him, and immediately after seeing this, he called the police. Mitch was unable to stop the vehicle at the time, since they were carrying a huge toy hauler.
Ooh.
Mitch states that he called the local station after realizing the dashcam would have caught the footage. He called to see where he could send the video to help them, so the police saw what it was and where this incident took place. Shortly after, he was told by the police that the kid had been collected safely and was on its way home. However, Mitch states that he found out later that the police had not found a child. The search was called off early in the morning. No explanation had been given for this behavior, ever. And it leaves us wondering what was going on here that night, what this mysterious thing was, and why the police would cancel the search and misinform Mitch on the phone. What a weird story. Do you have an explanation?
Very strange. Not terrifying yet.
JC
Not
has sent
terrifying
in
yet.
the following clip, which is a bit older.
It's not terrifying yet, is it? Some of these are good, some of these are freaky, but a couple there definitely weren't ghosts. I'd say they were, you know, weirdos. Like the one in the forest, probably weirdo, or someone he knew. I mean, you telling me he didn't, you know what I mean? There's a bit on the camera that last clip, it had him stood next to the guy walking along. So you telling me that, you know what I mean? So, and the one at the back garden where she's like, I reckon that was a crackhead. There's a few on there. It's just weird, weird people on it. You know?
But still extremely creepy. The description reads, possibly a ghost apparition was caught on tape. This week, during a visit to the old World War II tunnels, the camera started to go crazy and was malfunctioning at the lower levels of the tunnels. Strange EVPs were caught on tape during the filming. These tunnels are not open to the public. This week, a small group of engineers were sent into those old World War II tunnels. The deepest part of the tunnels is approximately 1,500 feet into the ground and can be reached via several steps and wooden slides leading to the bottom. These tunnels were used for mining purposes before the World War.
Oh, look at that. Well, I'm sorry to be a little bit sceptical tonight, but that does look like a filter or something.
So, are we seeing a real ghost here from the olden days? Or is this just a video trick?
It looks a bit like one of those filters you can get, like ghost app things, you know what I mean? Who can say? Come on, let's give us one to finish on.
The next video comes to us from Filthy Investigates, the Phantom Watcher. Phil is from Brisbane, Australia, and is an avid ghost hunter. He often will livestream his paranormal investigations for his viewers to be able to interact with him and experience the hauntings in real time. The clip we will be taking a look at today comes from one of his live streams. In this particular one, Phil is visiting an abandoned farmhouse that is said to be haunted. In the stream, he's exploring entirely alone. He spent some time inside the home, and it doesn't take long until he starts experiencing some paranormal occurrences. Knocking noises and even a few voice-like sounds can be heard around the house.
Do you mind if I smoke in your house? Can you repeat that? Do you mind if I smoke in your house?
Do you want? Is that Bifter?
Something just hit the phone. Then again.
It is only once Phil spends some time in the dark living room that he catches something shocking.
There, in that doorway.
Whoa! Ooh. That's more like it. Do you see that? Oh. Oh, look. Got chicken. This is the sort of stuff he wanted. Shadow bastards walking behind him and shit.
Phil is sitting in silence. Suddenly, a dark shadow appears to move directly behind Phil.
Yeah.
This could not possibly be Phil's own shadow based on the way he is moving or the lighting in the room. Is this one of the spirits said to haunt the famous farmhouse? Many viewers are saying this is most likely a shadow figure due to the human-like form and tall stature. But let me know your thoughts. This video was recorded by a user called Cable Car Spy, and she states that one night when she was home alone in the house, she heard some inexplicable noises from the second floor. And then a moment after, the door in the living room started to move on its own. That's when she started recording. She shared the clip on Reddit afterwards and was looking for help. Let's check that out.
Okay, I don't know what is going on here. Oh my god.
Oh my god. No way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. No way. No way. There's nobody here. There's nobody here. There is nobody here. This is
Oh, imagine
insane.
there's a shadow bastard at the top of the stairs.
Oh my god.
Did you notice it?
No, what?
Let's check that again.
Oh, hello. Peeky-boo.
A man is peeking down the staircase to the left. And no, apparently it was not another family member. She didn't notice it at first, only after watching the replay. Which is pretty weird, isn't it? So we can rule out an intruder, if it isn't a friend of hers. Maybe a paranormal incident.
Oh, look at you. Oh, is that it? That cut off a bit abruptly. Well, there you go. Frostmare TV. Those last ones were good with the shadow figures. But a couple there were definitely like just weirdos and stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're terrifying though. I mean, okay, so mind you, could argue that it shows you their terrifying video. So for them, it was terrifying. So we'll give them that. But yeah, a couple of them I think were. Well, I wasn't too sure about the one in the woods because how could you not spot that and walk past it, if that makes sense? The footprint wasn't that weird. That will happen if you tread in mud. Again, it could be some weirdo. Yeah, the one in the mine, that could be some sort of effect or something. But let me know what you think. Anyway, as always, thanks for sitting through this and watching with me. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe because it'd be great to have you here, and it doesn't cost you a penny. And with that, I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.